They thought she was just another witness, quiet, well-dressed, polite. But the second judge, Carl Brenner, opened his mouth and barked. "You ready, miss?" Like she was some waitress that overstayed her welcome. "I swear to you." The whole room shifted, and not in the way he thought. See, this wasn't just some lady who happened to be walking by when two white cops pinned a black teenager to the pavement. No, this was someone who'd spent years in the kind of places folks like Brenner couldn't even find on a map. No medals on her chest, no rank on her sleeve. But if you looked close enough, like really looked, you'd see it in her eyes. Still, steady, like someone who'd seen war and came back sharper. The courtroom that day felt heavy, like the walls themselves were holding their breath. She walked in with that plain navy suit, hair slicked back, no makeup, no jewelry, just presence. She sat on the third bench to the left, didn't fidget, didn't blink, didn't. When they called her up, Judge Brenner didn't even read her name, just waved a hand and said, "Go ahead. What did you see?" Like she was nothing. You could feel the disrespect roll off him. But she didn't rise to it. She just started talking calm, controlled, described everything like she was replaying security footage in her head. The boy, the officers, how one grabbed him from behind, how the other hit him even after he was restrained. Brenner scoffed. "So you're saying you saw all that?" "What? Through a bush." He chuckled. "A few people did too." Nervous laughs. The kind people do when power tells a bad joke. She didn't laugh. She said, "I was 10 feet away. No obstructions." And then came the kicker. The prosecutor leaned in, all smug, and asked, "How do you remember which hand the officer used?" Her answer: "Because I was trained to read micro-movements in a combat zone." That shut him up fast. Now let me back up a sec. There was this young intern in the back, a law clerk, barely out of school, been tapping on his laptop the whole time. After she dropped that bomb, his fingers froze, then started moving again fast. Turns out, he had back-end clearance from some naval intel internship. Looked her up, and man, the stuff he found wasn't even supposed to exist. Echo Ops. Tier 1 clearance. You don't just find people like her. Back in court, she played a recording, audio proof. Dirty talk from the cops, saying just say he reached for your belt if it gets messy. The judge turned white. I mean, the kind of pale where you see every bad decision a man's ever made crawling up his neck. She handed over a sealed report to corroborated everything. Brenner tried to object, stammering about procedure and chain of custody. She just looked at him and said, "I've handled interrogation rooms tougher than this. You're not the biggest man I've faced, Judge." And that right there, that's when the room went silent. Not polite silent, but hold your breath and don't blink silent. She stepped down after that. Didn't look back. Reporters moved out of her way like she was radioactive. She walked out into the daylight like nothing had happened. But everyone knew something had. That courtroom. It was never the same again. Some say she disappeared after that. No interviews, no follow-ups. Just gone. Like a ghost with clearance. And the judge. Let's just say they're reviewing some of his old cases now. So, tell me, was that justice served? Or did she just do what the system refuses to do? Drop your thoughts below. Who was really on trial that day? And do we even need a bench anymore? If the truth walks in wearing silence, let me know what you think.